Unsolved Mysteries of the Old West. There were many mysteries in the Old West, from lost treasures to unsolved deaths and disappearances. These stories continue to intrigue people, but mysteries that happened centuries ago have chances to be solved in time. A stranded ship in the middle of the desert with no idea if it was the missing ship at the end of this video. You will discover the truth about the missing Spanish ship. The Lost Cabin gold mine is guarded by skeletons. James and Henry Wilson went with a group of gold prospectors. One of the men got killed by rogue Native Americans, and soon the brothers went on their own. When they found a valley surrounded by cliffs, they immediately built a cabin. Henry discovered a creek full of gold nuggets, but with the danger that awaits the natives and the cold weather, they decided to hide their treasure under two flat stones. The natives killed Henry, and lucky for James, he made his way out and escaped that place. James was dying when he wrote his cousin, Ted Harper. After 15 years, Harper and Sam Simpson went looking for the cabin. When they found it, there was nothing but burned ruins and Henry's body. Some stories said that Harper accidentally shot himself to death, and Simpson returned home with the gold. In that year, a group of men was looking for the mine, but instead, they found another treasure, Crater Lake, the deepest lake in America. Later that year, another group of men went looking for the mine. According to Crater Lake Foundation, they found nothing, but they did discover a national treasure, Crater Lake itself, the deepest known lake in America. The mysterious duel of Alfred Schlesinger. In September 1876, Dr. S.E. Solly, a prominent physician in Colorado Springs, Colorado, said he received some letters from Alfred Schlesinger. During that time, the young man was working at Colorado Springs and Denver and Rio Grande Railroad. Schlesinger had been Palmer's private secretary since April 1876. In Schlesinger's letter, he said that he went for a fight at the Lawson Ranch, 15 miles away. He told Dr. Solly to come and find his body if he did not return. Dr. Solly and his brothers went to the Lawson Ranch, where they found the 19-year-old Schlesinger lying face down in the dirt. He has a pistol and a white handkerchief beside him. They found a bullet hole in the chest. A line was drawn on the dirt, which could be a sign that there was a duel. Schlesinger also wrote that he will not reveal his enemy for 2 years. That is, if he lived. The story of his death traveled as far as Minnesota. A bounty was gathered for the arrest of his killer. Schlesinger rests in Colorado Springs Evergreen Cemetery today, but is said to haunt two prominent landmarks from his time, Briarhurst Manor and Glen Erie. Bigfoot in the Wild West. There were a lot of Bigfoot stories in different countries all over the world. The Legend of America says that native tribes report sightings of the great Sasquatch. The big hairy guy has been alive and well since the 16th century. It was written in American West newspapers in the 1800s. Cowboys and Indians are said to be brimming with giant wild men or wood apes. It sounds like Bigfoot was widely known by many people in the Old West. Just like what many people say today, Bigfoot was also called Bad-Smelling Tree Man. The Spanish ship in the desert. In 1540, Spanish explorer Hernando de Alarcón sailed up the Colorado River to today's Yuma, Arizona. But what's mysterious is if he made it further. Many rumors say he did not make it that far, and the stranded Spanish ship in the California desert was the one Hernando de Alarcón was on. Desert USA wonders if it was a treasure ship piloted by Iturbe. He was in the Salton Sea when the ship was stranded by a mudslide. In 1775, explorer Juan Bautista de Anza said he saw the vessel and even carried away some of the treasured pearls he found aboard. In 1870, another reporter named Albert Evans claimed the wreck of a galleon ship. Later that same year, Charlie Clusker also found the galleon. But later on, Clusker also disappeared. Many people started to doubt if there was indeed a ship. Other American cowboys had an idea that the ship was stranded when a tidal wave hit. Lawrence Eustis was so convinced that the stranded ship story was true that he tried to obtain a permit from Anza Borrego Desert State Park to look for the ship. However, it was declined by the authorities. Surprisingly, there was a file at the park that shows a picture of Eustis claiming he found the lost ship of the desert. You have just discovered the fascinating mysteries of the Old West. Click on the next video to get to know more about the Old West people.